What's wrong with the gap theory? What is the gap theory, first of all, Grady?
Well, the gap theory was invented in the UK in 1813 by Thomas Chalmers, who was a founder of the Free Church of Scotland. And the concept was simply brought into existence to allow evolutionary time into the Bible. He was deceived by the evolutionists of that time, and he believed that, in fact, science had proven that evolution was true, that evolutionary time was true. So he was trying to make a compromise where it could be put in the Bible. It's not there. It never was there. It's totally contrived. But what's wrong with it basically boils down to 6 essential points, which is why we cannot accept the gap theory or any other old age theory for that matter, whether it's day, age, allegory, framework. But the 6 major things that are wrong with all of them, that they are not to be accepted theologically, would be number 1. Of course, the gap theory says that there's a big gap of time between Genesis 1:1, 1:2, and that they're supposedly the waters mentioned in Genesis 1:2 are the flood of the earth, and that Noah's flood was local. Now, when we look at all the aspects of the basic gap theory as Chalmers envisioned it, and it was expanded later by George Pember and others, you're saying that God is not omniscient, he's not omnipotent, he's not smart enough, he's not powerful enough to bring it into existence whole, complete, and perfect at one time. You're saying that God's a liar because nowhere in the Bible does he say he did that way. As a matter of fact, if you'll take a look at Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 to 11, he says he did it in 6 days and rested 1, which is, of course, a duplication of what it says in Genesis chapter 1. You're also saying that God does not always have a witness, but Paul in Romans chapter 1, Jesus also says that the blood of the prophets since the foundation of the world. Jesus says that Adam and Eve were there at the beginning. Paul again says there's always been a witness. You are saying that God cannot save a remnant, but the character of God is that he always saves a remnant, period. You know, whether it's 8 in the ark, 70 in Egypt, God always saves a remnant. And if he cannot save a remnant, how can you expect him to be able to save you? That's a very important one. You're saying, again, that death comes before human sin. Now, in Romans 5, Paul is very specific. That is the sin of the first man, Adam, that brought death into the universe. And that's the death of any nephesh organism. And that this is why only the work of the second Adam, Jesus Christ, can take it away. So really what you're saying is that you're negating the power of the cross. If you believe that the earth and the universe are billions of years old, that life and death have been going on for millions and millions of years, then you're saying that human sin did not cause death, and if human sin did not cause death to come into the universe, that negates the power of the death of Christ on the cross.